Previously on the Tomb Slayer podcast.
Your ex and you have to be careful how you talk about their parent around them. This kid is 50% the other person.
I can't set this whole thing on fire because there's something in that village that means more than life to me. See, now it makes sense. It makes sense that the enemy would do his darndest to make sure that he short circuits the relationship between you and him, especially with him not being in the house with you for all of those years.
Absolutely. You have no idea how much of a blessing is getting ready to come down the thing, and the enemy wants you to destroy that. So he tries to sabotage through stuff that he's whispering in mom's ears or your, there's 1,000 people around this relationship. Any one of them can poison it. But it's your job to continue to listen to the Holy Spirit. And what I call it is you get to these little intersections in life. Channing started coming internationally with Take Six from like probably 7 years old on. Every summer, Finland, Switzerland, Japan, Mexico, cruising, wherever we went, Channing was with us. And it would come down to, all right, I can come at the end of the summer and I can have X amount. Or I could bring my son and have X amount, but I would have my son. Every single time I said, I'm bringing Chan, I'm bringing Chan, I'm bringing Chan, I'm bringing Chan. And God provided. God provided. We have bonding and experiences and relationships and inside jokes that we can talk about forever because there's stuff that we've been able to do that not even guys with their natural sons were able to do because we're always trying to figure it out, Yeah. We don't ever think about taking your kid to Europe. You're trying to pay the bills when you're home. Right. But we have that. And so, yeah, it's been a wonderful thing. And he's one of my favorite subjects. And if anything was to ever go south, Channing would be the responsible one that I'd leave him in to make the decisions for everybody else.
Man, that is so beautiful. A lot of people would have escaped. Sometimes I guess people look at a career as their escape from the reality or the responsibility of parenting or whatever, the relationships in that direction. So you're traveling around the world and doing well in this space. Mm-hmm. But the reality is that we're responsible for this. Yeah. That's why I told Adrian when we were dating, when we got to the point where I'll never forget it. We were in San Diego. And things were getting serious between us, and we was like, okay, I'm getting ready to get to the point where I'm going to ask her to marry me, and because I mean all the things that I didn't even know to ask for, she's got it, right?
Exactly. Your checklist was full beyond anything you could put on there.
Man, I could not have even. That's why I didn't really have a list because it was just God did it. So we're like, okay, well, you're in Atlanta and I'm in Orlando. So like, when would you come to Orlando? Like, when do you see yourself? She says, oh, I'm not coming to Orlando.
But they're
wait. I thought you. Nah, I could have sworn you said you weren't coming to Orlando because I'm not leaving Orlando. So yeah, let's try that again. So like, when do you see yourself coming to Orlando? Yeah, I mean, oh, I'm not leaving Atlanta. If you're not leaving Atlanta, I can't leave Orlando. Khristian Michael is there.
Right.
Dude, we cried. We had an Outback Steakhouse. I'll never forget it. We cried like babies because we knew that this was the incrossable gorge.
Yeah.
Because she had her life set up the way that she wanted it in Atlanta.
Yeah.
And I had the responsibility of being a present father in Orlando for Khristian Michael. Now, if you put it on paper, it almost makes sense for me to be in Atlanta because I could take one flight from Johannesburg and be home.
Right.
I could take, from a career perspective, Atlanta's the spot.
Yeah.
But leaving him was not an option.
Right.
I had a conversation with a friend of mine and she was like, listen, any decision that you make to honor your family is a decision that you're making to honor God.
That's good.
For you to end that relationship with her and all of the potential that might be and mean for you in the future, to choose your family, which is Khristian Michael right now, that honors God.
That's
And
Abraham's altar. That's what that is.
I never thought about that. You're exactly right.
That's
That was,
right.
I
I
had to
will put
sacrifice
anything
that.
exactly because he
Yeah.
was under the, he was. I read the inspired writings that said that he was convinced that God would raise Isaac
Yes,
from the
sir.
dead.
Yes, sir.
You know, it was not.
He,
It's like, oh, we got to do this. You know, it's in God's hands. But disobeying what He tells me to do is not an option. So he gonna figure out everything else. And
Woo!
look at the blessing of Isaac's life.
I got to do this.
Yeah,
I cannot abdicate this responsibility as his father. I
absolutely.
cannot. And I will,
Absolutely.
even if that means leaving you, if that means taking every napkin and paper towel in this building and crying my eyes out,
Yep.
knowing that when we leave this place, that it'll
Right.
never be what it was before,
Yeah,
I can't leave him.
absolutely not. Absolutely.
And that,
You know, man,
yeah.
not to interrupt you, but I remember when I was going through having to make decisions for my family, you know, those little intersections. Should I do this for me or should I do this for them? Should I do this for
Yes,
me?
sir.
Should I do this? That I remember talking to a couple of guys. One of them used to be our road manager. And he told me to this day, at the time he was probably 50 years old, he said, if I ever want to cry, all I have to do is think about when my parents were going through a divorce and my dad did not fight for me. He did not fight my mom
mercy.
to make sure we stayed there. He let her win. And we as men can do that. You know, it's easier. It's easier. Just I don't feel like if you want to get whatever, you know, I'm about to do me, boo boo. And if you let that happen, you will have a couple of days at Dave and Buster's and lose out on a lifetime with your kids, and they will not forget it. And I was thinking like LeBron James. Look how amazing LeBron is. GOAT, the GOAT. If that man had his dad in his life, which he never had, he'd probably be president of the United States by now. Just think what our kids can do if we stick around and we are fiercely in defense. Because you're not fighting the partner, your ex, whoever. You're fighting for that child.
Yes,
You
sir.
don't know what kind of influences are going to come. You don't know what kind of person she's going to date. You don't know what kind of things he's going to be exposed to on TikTok, within their friends, on their phone. You're fighting to stay in there, to be a regulator, to make sure that he is ready, a soul ready for the kingdom. That's your job.
Wow. Dude, that's crazy because I didn't understand the weight of it like that when I made that
Oh,
decision.
Yeah. Yeah. And you don't, and you
Man.
won't, and you won't until you look back. And I was like, thank God I took a left at that intersection. Thank God I chose to support my kid. Thank God I didn't blow a gasket, cuss everybody out, and come up missing for 5 years. Because your flesh wants to just get that itch. Your flesh wants to, I'm going to tell them, you know, I'm Alvin Chea. Oh, no, we ain't going that. Oh, no. Man, your kids will lose out.
No.
What?
You can start to clap.
I've been itching to clap these hands. I've been itching to clap these hands on you. But no, your kid ends up losing. And bro, I'm telling you, not only is my son's mother with us for Christmas, all my kids are with me for Christmas.
Wow.
All 4 of my children are with me generally every Christmas. And that is after having to hear people badmouth you, having to deal with the decision of the courts where you didn't get primary, physical custody, whatever it is, with you feeling like you're just paying money and not having anything to show for it, with summer after summer and you're gone and you're touring and you get back and then your ex decides that's when she's going to start her vacation, and she could have been doing it while you're gone, but that, and it's just so many things are done to sabotage you. Yeah. And after all of that, you just hold your peace and do the right thing and hang in there and love and pray and sacrifice for your family. And next thing you look up and your son will be your best friend. Your son's mom will be upstairs for Christmas, having a wonderful time, and we're all 8 of us, 9, however, in a family picture with matching pajamas. Where you're on the road and you're visiting your daughter, and she tells you, "I can't wait. I love when you come to visit me, Dad." And that's after not talking for 2 years. And your other two sons, those intersections, do the right thing, follow the leadings and the teachings of God. Get this out of the way. This flesh should mess you up every time. And you look up and you're like, "Oh wait, this worked out. God is good. He's still good. These kids actually found out who I actually was, not who I was, not who they were told I was. They know me."
Right. Yeah. Yeah. You're exactly right. They remember when you were there.
Absolutely.
Which means they probably also remember when you weren't.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I literally right now if you're talking about if every person ever, the guy said, if I ever want to cry, I just have to think about, dude, if I ever want to cry, I can think about when my parents were divorced and we were going to, my mom went back to school. She was at South Carolina State.
Right.
And there's a elementary school on campus called Felton Laboratory. And I remember we had like a Christmas play or a Christmas concert, and I was in the choir.
The Christmas cantata.
That's what it was. It was a Christmas cantata. Had a Christmas cantata. I'm in the choir. Had my little white, had my little cummerbund, my little red cummerbund with my, with my white shirt with a red bow tie.
I know the look.
And yeah, man. And I'm sitting in the audience, and we had, by this time, there was so much disappointment because it was fresh. We had just moved from Spartanburg, and now we're in Columbia and going to school in Orangeburg, where that was, and driving that drive every morning, and all this other kind of stuff, man. And so I got used to Dad not being there.
Yeah,
I got used to Dad not showing up.
Horribly terrible. Yeah,
bruh. You, and it was as I think back, man, as an adult, it hits you different because you recognize that there are things that still people got jobs. You weren't there. Well, son, I had to work. It was 3:00 in the afternoon, and I lived 2.5 hours away. I don't understand. I get it now, but I didn't understand it then. It was just, and so it became okay. Well, I've learned to expect that Dad's not going to be here, sitting in my seat with my cummerbund on, and I hear from behind me. Psst. And I turn around. All right.
You gotta tell the story slowly so you can hold it.
Gotta hold it together, dog.
Yourself. And those emotions will speak back up on you.
It's right there.
Yeah,
man. I turned around, bro.
And he was there.
Not only was he there, but he had his camera in his hand.
Oh, man.
And I turned around, and I went, and he went click, and he took the picture.
Do you still have the picture?
That picture is still somewhere. I think it's at Kelly's house right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, dog, because he showed up.
Yes, brother.
He was there, and I am 42 years old, and I still remember that moment like it was. I feel the emotion.
Yeah.
I know what it feels like when a father shows up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Being at the being in the marching band in the stands at the football game, and he drives from Charlotte, North Carolina. By this time, we were in high school in Columbia. He drives from Charlotte, and we're just doing our thing on a Friday, doing our thing or whatever. And I hear that, psst, and I turn around, and he's outside the fence, but he's there.
But you recognize,
I'm telling you, and I think that a lot of fathers, man. We have done ourselves a disjustice, a disservice by choosing. Sometimes we've chosen to just do our own thing, or B, sometimes we've chosen to, you know what, I'm gonna just let them have it because they dogging me anyway.
Right. Yeah. The path of least resistance.
Yeah, you dogging me anyway.
Right.
I hear what you're saying about me to the kids, and it comes back. So you know what, I'm gonna let you have it.
Yeah.
Fine.
And it's so easy to go there. It is so easy. That to me is the real man stuff. When you come up against some craziness and you choose to continue to fight through the craziness for the sake of that kid.
Yes,
You
sir.
know, people disrespecting you, people misrepresenting your intentions, um, all of the stuff that happens, and you just got to suck it up. You got to suck it up. You got to talk to whoever you need to talk to, deal with your own stuff, but don't dump it on those kids, and definitely don't dump it on your new wife.
Oh my God.
You
Oh
got
my
to
God.
deal with that stuff and keep fighting and keep paying and keep loving and keep praying and everything you got to do, because that day is coming. That day is coming. And even if you don't hear from your kids, what they did, depending on what your relationship ends up becoming, you know you made a difference in their life. And I always told them, this isn't really even for you. This is for your kids. So when you become a father, you will know how to act, because I didn't come up missing on you. This is your example. This isn't for you. This is for my grandson. I'm going to stay in here. I'll get my feelings hurt because I love you enough to go through that. Absolutely, man.
Brother, that's powerful. Because some of us, our ego won't let us take the L.
Yeah.
That's really what it was about when Adrian and I got into that big blow up before we got married.
Right.
It was, I'm gonna take this L.
Right.
Yes, I know that she knows that that you're here in the city.
Right.
I know that she knows that we're on a date and all this other kind of stuff. So why would she pick now to call and ask for? Well, it's supposed to be super cold tomorrow, so he needs his coat. So now she knows I'm gonna have to stop whatever it is I'm doing wherever we are and go and drive that.
Right. Right.
But he needs his coat, and that was my thing. He needs his coat.
Right.
Yes, I know that
very
the time
simple when you keep it about the kid. It gets beyond simple when you keep it about the kid.
I need you to say that again for the people in the back.
It gets real easy when you keep it about the kid. It's like, but if you deal with the powers that be and her will versus her will, and I'm a pawn in the middle, and who's going to say all of this stuff, you get messed up so quickly, and the kid will suffer. They always suffer.
They always suffer, man. So I would rather just, all right, I'll take the coat, whatever, and then I've started talking to him. Hey, bro, make sure you got all the stuff you need, man.
Right.
You knew,
and
you knew you was going.
You're raising a young man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Help you.
We in Charlotte right now, and I get a text as soon as we land. I get a text. Hey, he's got some shoes over at your house that and we ain't even gonna talk about the clothes wars. My God.
My God. That's a whole different show.
Dude.
That's a whole different show. That really was the first thing where I saw my wife, put her foot down on what we ain't going to do, because I would send bags of clothes. I remember there's a store called Fallas Paredes, Fall Parade, and they had very affordable clothes. Or all new. They weren't used or anything. But I would buy bags and bags. And you see how big my kids are. They will grow like this. Like literally, like every 2 visits, I would have to send new jeans and new clothes. Every church dress that my daughter ever owned was bought by me. I knew how to do hair. I knew how to do this. I knew how to Tuesday nights where kids eat free at Denny's. All of this stuff that I would do. And part of it was that I still was in the house, and my kids had moved out to an apartment. And that was my guilt thing forever. How can I be living better than my kids? So I would make sure that they had the clothes and make sure that they had this, and make sure they had But when my wife came on board, she was just like, we're not sending any more clothes over to her house. We send money to her house to be able to buy these clothes. So these stay here. We're going to send her over back to her house with the clothes. And I was like, but it was true. People will take you as far as they let you take you.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, man, Jesus. That's the nitty gritty stuff. But by the grace of God, you get past it, and it all works out if you make the right decision at those intersections.
Brother, I'm buying all these Jordans for Khristian Michael. Because like you said, how can I live like this?
Right.
And he's living like that.
Right.
Man, I remember this one
Feel
time.
right.
Oh, dude, let me tell you the blessing of the Lord. So one time, my ex was in need, and Adrian found a way to make sure that she had what she needed. And I'm sitting there watching this whole thing like, and so I call Adrian investigative report anyway, because she just the way that her mind works, she
Yeah.
can get information, and then
Right.
she
And
done
lock it
called
in
the
and not
people.
let you know that she already got
Brother,
there.
I never knew that you could pay somebody's bills without even being that person or knowing their whatever, having their information. I was blown away. But it was like, dude, this is what I'm talking about. So now Christian Michael's over there. I got him all these Jordans and stuff like that, and he coming over there with Crocs at the house. I'm like, now wait a minute, John Brown, it $23 Crocs. I done paid $150 for the Jordans. What are Jordans at?
And you better hurry up and wear them before you grow out of them.
Oh, brother, man. But I thank God, because as we're having this conversation, I can now see why and how I have become and am becoming the man that I am because of people like you in my life, bro.
Praise God.
Because these are the things that we have talked about. We converse about this stuff, and you bring you've brought the weight of this parenting struggle, this co-parenting, and this blended family struggle to your brothers. And I'm sitting there as a fly on the wall in the beginning, but then find myself in that situation. I'm drawing on the wisdom that you've been pouring into me all these years. So, bro,
well, praise God.
It is
And
legit.
I didn't realize. I think I was the first one to go through it.
wow.
Know, of all of our our family.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's some things that I wish I did not know what you were talking about, and I wish I was like, that's funny. My life is perfect. You say you're dealing with what? What? No, bro.
What?
I've been there. What? That doesn't sound right. I've been there. I bought the T-shirt. I've been on vacation. I've been there and back. So,
Man.
and all of that to say, God is faithful. I've been down the road a little bit of her, and I can tell you from where my perspective is, God is faithful. I've been back there. God is faithful. There are people I know to the right and to the left, and that they could say the same thing. And that's our responsibility as brothers, to each other, to say, man, hang in there. I know it's dark right now, but you're going to be fine. Do the right thing, pray it up, leave it in God's hands. But God, his character will not change. He is faithful. You're going to be all right.
Word. Brother, I got one more thing before the one more thing. I'm yet. Okay, I'll set it up like this. I remember coming to see me, man. You would always let me use the truck that you had, the Tahoe at the time. And I remember taking Cole to go get something to eat. Just like, and I was just feeling like I felt like a big brother, because little Cole over there, you know what I'm saying? It's, what you want, man? I got you, man. I got some per diem left over. You know what I'm saying? What we got? What you want? I don't even know when it happened, but I left, to go back to Orlando, whatever. And the next time I came back to see me, Cole was super tall, handsome, that dude.
Yeah.
What was it like having the talk with your sons?
I honestly don't remember the talk with Cole because he was always around. I think I gave him bits and pieces of the talk all the way up. But the talk happened with Channing.
Oh, boy.
And that if I'm a believer, so I don't believe in channeling spirits and all that kind of stuff. But if I ever would believe I've ever channeled anybody at any point, it would be my mom when I had to talk to Channing. Stuff came through me that I have no idea where it came from. I got a call from his mom. His mom's name is Valerie. And one evening, and it was like one of those cryptic talks. You need to come talk to your son. Why? What's going on? He did it. What are you talking about? He did it. Okay. Okay. I'll be on the next plane. I'm filling in the blanks. Got to Ohio, and there was some text evidence that my son had hooked up with 2 women. I've been all around the world. Yeah. And I ain't never been with no 2 women. I'm like, have you lost your mind? So I said, okay, let me figure out the best way to deal with this. And so I'm thinking about it, and I said, okay, I got it. All right, Jan, I need you to come with me. And this is like 11:30 at night. Where are we going? We're going to the store. He kind of looks at me like, okay. Go walking into Kroger's. And I said, I need to, I walk in the front door, I ask the lady, where are your, this is so Alvin Chea and so Joan Chea and so ridiculous all at the same time. I'm speaking with Alvin's voice, but I'm hearing my mom as I'm coming through. Where are you cucumbers? And the lady looked at me like, I come walking in, Channing is as every bit as tall as me. He's more hairy than I am. We're walking in. She said, produce. And over there, I said, okay, let's go. Walk in, I got a little basket, grab one big old cucumber, boom, put it in the thing. And Channing is like, walking in there. I walked by the same lady at the front desk. Where are your prophylactics? And she said, over there. Her walking. And Channing is by behind me now. And I got this kid, with this giant cucumber in the thing. And I'm walking by me, and he's kind of like, but he's got this look on his face. It's kind of a half smile. And because I know my son so well, I know what that half smile meant. He was smiling like I don't want to smile, but I think Dad's down. We walked all the way past all of the stuff, the baby stuff, and we get to the prophylactics. And so I said, okay, Chan, you have the potential of greatness, son. But you have to protect your potential and your future. And I'm going to show you how to do that because I'm not sure if you are equipped as of yet. So right there, you see all those condoms there? I need you to get this kind with this product on it. He was like, okay. He grabs the condoms, puts them in the basket. He said, I got that. It has to say this. It has to say this. It has to protect you from this or all kind of diseases. Not only is it protecting you from diseases, and it's protecting you from unwanted pregnancy. Do you understand? Yes. I said, okay, follow me. To go 2 up alleys. All right. I need you to go on down this alley, this aisle. I need you to go get some baby diapers, baby diapers. And I need you to get some wipes. I said, because if you mess this stage up, the next thing you're going to be dealing with is the baby diapers and the wipes. Like, okay. So all of a sudden that little pep he had in his step is a lot slower now. He's like, you seen the weight of this thing. It's not a joke. All right. Wow. Put in it, bring it back. All right. Now I need you to get some, there's about 2 or 3 other things I like. I can't even remember. God has taken that from me. But there are about 2 other things. By the time I came, I had like baby diapers. I had condoms, 1 cucumber. I had pregnancy tests. I had all this stuff in this thing, in this one thing. I set it down on the little mechanical, the thing in front of the cashier. Cashier looks at me, looks at Channing. She's like, she knew what I was up to. Rung it up. We get to the house. And I said, son, I know that you think I'm keeping all of the wonderful stuff from you. Every time I'm coming down on you and you think that I don't want you to have any fun, I said nothing could be further from the truth. But I need you to be protected. I need you to be able to be your own best friend. I don't need you to be depending on somebody else to take precautions. You need to protect yourself. So let me ask you a question. Yes. Have you ever opened up a Christmas gift or birthday gift when I'm not in the room? Or your mom gets you something and she's not in the room? No. So you know why that is? Because parents get off on seeing their kids happy. That's all I live for. I will spend whatever I have to see so I can see the look on your face when you're opening that gift. That does it for me. So knowing that, son, you have to understand it's impossible for me to tell you something to jack you up. You are my flesh. You are my blood. You are everything, all my hopes and dreams, everything that I want from you. So if you listen to me, I'm going to try to do my best to make sure your future is as amazing and incredible as it can be. Do you understand? Yes. I said, okay, now get that cucumber out and take out one of those condoms. Let's see what you got. And we went through it. He did his thing. I'm like, not bad, not bad. Here's what you need to look out for. We went through the whole drill and all of that stuff. I said, okay, now I want you to take this package, put all of the stuff that I bought for you, put it in a bag. I'm going to put it on this top shelf in this closet. And I'm going to call you every couple of weeks. And I'm going to call you and I'm going to tell you, no, go get out the bag. Now take one of those diapers out, look at it. Now throw it in the garbage can. Put the back and put it up. All right. I'm going to call you in another week and I'm going to tell you, now get one of those condoms out. Take it. Look at that condom. All right. Now take it. Now throw it out. Now put everything back in the bag. Put it back on the shelf because I need you to keep remembering what the stakes are. Woo. If you mess up your responsibilities, you may find yourself in a situation where you're going to need that condom. I don't want you to need that condom. I want you to keep yourself out of those situations. But if you're in that situation, I need you to know how to handle yourself and how to protect yourself.
Word.
If you don't do stage 1, you'll be dealing with stage 2, and then dealing with stage 3, and then dealing with stage 4, and that begins 9 months of here we go, and that begins 18 years of all aboard. That's what I did for him, for the birds and the bees.
My God, bro.
And I'm telling you, brother of mine, it was not my words. It was my mama that came through me after all of those years. And I'm like, I'm telling you, I'm saying stuff and it's like the born
yes.
conspiracy. He's blocking stuff and speaking all kind of languages. He's like, where's this coming from? That was Joan Shea coming out. And my son now is 33. He's single. He doesn't have any children. He's an author. He's a homeowner. He is happy. He plays for the praise team. Thank you, God, that it worked.
Praise God, brother. That is, I can only imagine the weight of what you just said reverberating across the ethos for sure, forever.
Yeah.
Dude.
And by the way, in the middle of that, his mom came downstairs, saw us sitting at the kitchen table with all of this stuff, looked at it and like turned and walked away. Didn't say anything good or bad. She allowed me to be a dad. She said that, she recognized that I'm here in a limited basis, but I need to have continuing impact on my son. And that's another reason why I told him, put that thing on the top shelf and I'm going to continue to check in with you and let you know the status of everything. Channing is in, like I said, he's an incredible kid, extremely responsible. I never had to have a curfew conversation with him. I never had to have a pull up your pants conversation. I never had to have a what's this girl doing in my house conversation. My other son, the good looking one,
the tall, handsome one.
Yeah. That boy's had house parties when I've been out of town. A couple of times. I've had to take my key from him twice. So maybe I should have had the conversation with his behind. But God, man, I'm blessed with some amazing kids, and I'm blessed to have been and am their dad.
Man, brother, thank you for this. I can't even tell you how much this is doing for my soul, bro. I look forward to conversations like this when we get on the road, and I know we're going, especially like we're getting ready to go to Norway, and I know that this is the kind of weight. We have a lot of fun.
Yeah,
these are the things.
It's a real deal, Holyfield.
Oh man, this is good stuff, brother. I appreciate it, man.
Bro.
Listen,
thank you.
We end our podcast asking every guest the same 3 questions. So I'm asking the same 3 questions.
All right.
Question number 1. What is the origin story of one of your childhood nicknames?
Pumpkin was one of my childhood nicknames. My grandmother called me that because I was probably fat and bow-legged.
Because pumpkins are bow-legged.
Looks like it does now. So she called me Pumpkin. And years later, when Channing came into the world, I remember my mom calling him Pumpkin, and I was literally like, he's not Pumpkin, I'm Pumpkin. You better back up and get your old mama. That's my mama. Yeah. Pumpkin. I haven't thought about that in 57 years. 57 years.
Oh man,
Yeah.
that is excellent. That's sweet, man. Question number 2: if you had one do-over in life where you could redo one of your life decisions, what decision would you redo?
Boy. Boy. You know, I don't know that it works like that for me. I've made so many great decisions and so many bonehead decisions, but it all is for the good of the, it all worked out for the glory of the God. It just all kind of worked out. I was about to say I wouldn't have talked to that girl, but then that led to this, and then it led to that, and then it led, I just think, you ask the Lord to order your steps and direct your paths. My cousin told me one time, we say direct thy paths because even if you have a misstep as he's ordering your steps, if you're on the right path, you'll fall in the right direction.
Word.
Yeah.
Word. I love that, dude. That's a good one. Not even mad. Last question. In what way in your life would you like to look more like Christ by this time next year?
Good question. Probably being more willing to help. With whatever it is. I think is the nature of what we do. My schedule is never dependable. It always is different. My money's always different. I'm always scared to commit to whatever because I'm never in control of my world. Nice. And I think if I just had more blind faith to just like, I'm there. What do you need? I got you. That there will be more blessings. I'm able to help out with a couple of organizations, and it's a real blessing. But I feel I have more time that I could do that if I would just believe, without second guessing what the negative could be if I have to back out.
Man, dude, this is Alvin Chea, ladies and gentlemen. That's my brother right there, y'all. Man, thank you so much for being a part of this
You're
podcast,
welcome, brother.
bro. You have poured life into me, and I just pray that everything that you have poured into me, not only will it be poured into you, but it will be multiplied 1,000-fold into your children.
I receive it. I receive it.
So that Caden will experience it, Braxton will experience it, Cole, Channing, that they will all experience an incredible reward multiplied of the good seed that you have sowed as a good man in this world, bro. God. I appreciate
Love you,
man.
brother. Thank you so much. You are a light, and all of the energy, and you allow us to be able to see ourselves. You allow us to see ourselves. And it is very, very cool. So this has been a wonderful. We've been walking on the road for 20 years.
20 years.
We've got at least 20 more in us. So,
that's right.
This is a good thing, bro. And I'm proud of you. Your podcast is amazing, and it looks very professional, and you've done your homework. And anytime I can help out, let a brother know.
Man, thank you so much, bro. I appreciate you. I need you to hook me up with Divine Franklin. All right, but dude, I love you, man. Have an amazing day.
Thank you, brother.
All right, good people, listen up now. If you enjoyed that episode, trust me, there's a lot more where that came from. So make sure you subscribe to Tombslayer YouTube page, because you don't want to miss one of these conversations. You don't want to miss this sweet, sweet hat game either now.